Hey guys, welcome to my 12-hour knit-a-thon, although hopefully it doesn't take 12 hours, but I am going to knit until I finish the body of my novice sweater. This is where I'm at right now. It is 18 inches from the bottom of the neck to where I've knitted to. It needs to be at least 21 inches before I start the ribbing, but I will try it on or measure it against the sweater at that point because I would hate to do the ribbing only to realize that it was too short for my liking because I like really long sweaters. And while I do that and I challenge myself, I'm going to catch up on some YouTubers that I follow, some of their knitting vlogs, because I love watching knitting vlogs when I'm knitting. It makes me feel like I'm not quite so alone. All of my hobbies are super individualistic, but I like having friends who are interested in the same thing. And so, because all my friends are busy or don't knit, I'm going to have virtual friends right now. That sounds so depressing. I swear I'm gonna have a good time and also watch some shows, maybe some movies, and use my iPad as a timer. Probably every hour or so I will take a break. From my math, assuming I knit at the same speed, it should take me about 3 hours to get to the point of starting the ribbing. That's solid without breaks. So hopefully I don't slow down and I can pace myself. But today I am going to finish the body of the novice sweater because I have so many patterns queued. I even got the yarn for my next pattern and I'm really excited to start on a new project. So I gotta get this one done though because, as I said in my little weekly vlog last week, my rule is that I can only have one project of crocheting or knitting at a time, and I just got back down to one project, so I'm not going to ruin that again and add another one. So I'm going to finish this. Before I do that, hopefully that motivation takes me through to the finish line today. Hour one done. I put a little marker where I started at the beginning of the hour, which is right here. So I ended up doing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows, or 8 rounds, I guess. So actually, I just measured it's also just over an inch. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, stretch out my hands, just let my arms rest, and then I will be back at it for another hour. Hour 2 update, I got distracted reading, and instead of a 20-minute break, it ended up being an hour and 45 minutes. So I'm gonna get back to it now and continue knitting. Hour 3 update, I did 7 rounds, so just over an inch again. I'm now at 20.5 inches, so in the next sprint I will finish up to 21 inches and then start the 3 inches of ribbing. Although I am getting hungry and I kind of want to go for a walk, just get some fresh air, re-energize myself. So I might do that before the next sprint, but I'm really happy with it. I like how it fits and it feels a lot more manageable now to actually finish the body today. I just came back from my walk, I've already had dinner, and to be completely transparent with you, I actually did 3 rows since I last updated while I was waiting for my dinner to cook, and then when I was waiting for it to cool down. So I've done 2 rows of stockinette and 1 row of ribbing. So I'm just going to finish up the YouTube video that I was watching earlier, probably before moving and watching some Ted Lasso. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to continue sipping my miso soup. I don't know what hour it actually is. What time is it? 9:30 right now. And I did about an inch of ribbing in my last sprint, which was 6 rounds. The rounds are taking a lot longer now, about twice as long as before, Before with the stockinette, it was about 7 minutes around, and now it's about 12 to 15. So taking a lot longer. I've got about 2 inches to go before I finish the ribbing, and just given the amount of time it is, and I'm starting to get a little worn out from this, I won't lie. My hands are getting tired, my wrists are getting tired. It might end up bleeding into tomorrow. There's no point in thinking about that right now. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a break, put on another episode of Ted Lasso, and keep working on it. Welcome to overtime. Last night when I was knitting around maybe 10 or 11, my hands just stopped functioning. Before that, I was playing video games with my friends and I kept dying. And so when we were in the lobby or waiting for matchmaking or whatever, or I died, I just did a few stitches here and there. But yeah, then afterwards when I was working on it, hands just stopped working. So decided to take a break. We're going to get back to it, not going to leave you hanging and not finish the body. I did notice that the ribbing is really stretched out. It was the same thing that happened on the collar. So I tried a few YouTube tutorials to see if I could kind of fix it. One of them I couldn't get to work. I think that was user error, to be honest. I'm not quite sure if I was doing that right. And the other one did make it really nice and neat. But the thing about it is, obviously then it's not cohesive with the rest of the bottom that I've done or the collar. So I'm just going to continue with the stretched out method that I was doing. You might also notice that my tapestry is now lower than it was. I didn't like how high it was in videos, so decided to lower it. I think I like it. My head hasn't hit it, so all good. And it's probably time to stop yapping and actually start knitting. I'm going to listen to a lecture. While I do that, I'm currently taking a voiceover class, and having something to fiddle with I find really helps me concentrate. So I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to get to knitting, and I will update you in an hour. Okay, wrap up of the first sprint of overtime. I did 5 rounds, and I thought it was going to be 6 rounds for an inch. It's actually closer to 8. So even though I thought I had 21 rounds in total for the ribbing, it's now looking like it'll be 28 if I go the length that the pattern says to, which it's already looking kind of long. It's just over 2 inches, and I can't imagine it being another like 1.25 inches. So I'm going to check the pattern to make sure they don't anticipate me folding it over, because I didn't do that for the collar because I wasn't patient. So I wouldn't do that for the bottom either because I'd like it to all match. And I've got probably 1 to 2 more sprints left to do before I completely finish the body, which is super exciting. And I'm going to get back to it. Sprint 2 update. I like the length of it. I just want to try it on before I did a bind off. I did 6 rounds in the last hour. So yeah, it's just under 3 inches for the ribbing, and again, I'm happy with the length, so I'm just gonna do the bind off, and that's it. I'm just going to do the bind off, and that's it. I'm done with the body, which is absolutely crazy. This definitely took a lot longer of solid knitting than I thought it would. I'm glad that I put the stitch markers in by hour, because it was cool seeing how many rounds I did, and in the moment it was very motivating, but also then to see how little length I gained every hour. I didn't realize just how slow my knitting was, I guess. But I'll just be able to better schedule and gauge for the future and for the sleeves. So anyway, if you liked this video, you might like some of the other ones, so feel free to watch those. And I'll be definitely updating as I do the sleeves. I'm not sure if I'm going to knit them one at a time or at the same time. If you have an opinion on that, please let me know. And I hope you'll join me next time.